owners of a local Chick-fil-A are apologizing today to a Clover, South Carolina police department after one officer says he experienced racial discrimination.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed, at the whole situation, because it seemed like it was a racial issue to me.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey again, y'all in the video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribe to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Georgia by way of Augusta. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Georgia, everybody outside the great state of Augusta. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And now you all, as you all hear this video, I want you to ask yourself today, was this racially motivated? And also, what could have been done to avoid this racial profiling? And now I'm sure a lot of you all have heard about the story. And if you haven't heard about the story shows you just how people feel about you, no matter if you're a police officer, no matter if you're a public official or not. Now, on one hand, you would think that if a person is a police officer, they would get the what? Yes, the utmost respect, because I have law enforcement in my family, as I tell you all, and it's like this with me. Everybody deserves respect. But also added to that, and even more so, the police officers that put their lives on the line deserve the utmost respect and should be treated fairly and also should be treated with respect. As in the case of this story right here, where we have Sergeant Tracy Reed out of South Carolina, out of Clover, South Carolina, that is, who went down to Augusta, Georgia with him and along with 3 other comrades. And now, as you all can tell by looking at this picture, Tracy Reed is a black man. The 3 cops that went with him happen to be white cops. Now, when Tracy Reed, along with his other comrades, went to a Chick-fil-A, that's when things fell apart. And you also have to ask yourself this question. If the team leader made a mistake, where in the hell was the manager? Listen to this.
Now, the store manager also included an apology and stated the person who processed the meal doesn't normally work behind the register. The manager went on to call the incident a mistake.
And now, as you all heard the reporter state, the store manager at the Chick-fil-A location blamed the team manager because the team manager don't normally work behind the register. But ask yourself this question right here. If he don't normally work behind the register, what made him give the other 3 white cops a free meal but made the black man pay for his meal? Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, well, Trey, this video is about a free meal. No, it's not about the free meal. It's about the principle of the matter. It's principalities involved in this.
It's the principle of the whole thing. It's principalities in this.
And let's begin.
Of racial discrimination at a Chick-fil-A. A Clover police officer said that he had to pay for his meal, but that his 3 white colleagues did not.
Their claims did garner an apology from the owner of the Augusta restaurant where this happened.
And now, family, this incident took place just a few weeks ago inside the great city of Augusta, Georgia, at a local Chick-fil-A location where Sergeant Tracy Reed of the Clover Police Department went to this location along with 3 other comrades. Now, while Sergeant Tracy Reed was at the Chick-fil-A location, he was made to pay for his meal, but his other 3 comrades were given a free meal. Now, let me ask you all this. Why did this same team member give the 3 white cops a free meal, but made the black cop pay? Was it because the black cop was black and the other 3 white cops was white? Because that's what it seemed like to me. Now, you're going to hear throughout the story that Chick-fil-A, along with the store manager, says it's not what you all perceive. It's not as it all seems. But at the same time, if you look outside and you see a red car, and you know it's a red car, but somebody come along and tell you what you perceive is not a red car, it's a blue car, what you going to think? They full of it and they lying, quite naturally. So one is left to believe that whoever this person was behind this register that day, this person was being very racial toward Sergeant Tracy Reed. It speaks for itself. Let's continue.
Clover Police Sergeant Tracy Reed had that experience at a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Augusta, Georgia, while on a work trip a few weeks ago. He and 3 other CPD officers, all of them white, went into the restaurant for breakfast.
We all came into the restaurant together. We rode together, came in the restaurant together, all had the same uniform on, stood in line together. There was never a time that we were not together while standing in line.
They say all 3 white officers were offered a complimentary meal, which they say is often offered to law enforcement at the popular restaurant chain. But when Sergeant Reed got to the register, he had to pay.
And now, as you all heard the white detective state, and I'm not trying to be racial or anything like that, but that's the color he is, because the story is about black and white, just to keep it real with you all. Now, as you heard the cops state, they all went inside this restaurant together. It was 3 white guys and along with 1 black guy. And the 1 black guy happened to be who? Yes, Sergeant Tracy Reed. Now, how can a person get that mistaken? It wasn't like Sergeant Tracy Reed didn't have a uniform on. It wasn't like he came in at a later time. No, they all came inside this location together. So what is one led to believe? If we all coming inside this building together and you treating them different than you treat me, what that tells you? Something is wrong with the person who is behind the register, or maybe something is wrong with me. But as you all can see, nothing is wrong with Sergeant Tracy Reed. So why wasn't he able to get a free meal just like the other 3 white cops? Think about that. Let's continue.
He said he had to pay for his meal, and it infuriated me. And I told him, I said, "Do you want me to go say something?" And he was like, "No, I don't want you to cause a scene." But I could tell by the way he looked that, he just looked down at his plate and he looked really embarrassed and humiliated, which really made me mad.
And now, as you all heard the cop state, he stated that Sergeant Tracy Reed, after paying for his meal, felt embarrassed, felt like he was being racially profiled. And as you all heard this cop state also, he stated that it made him feel bad and he wanted to go up there and tell the person behind the register something. So let me ask you all this. Why didn't the cop address the situation when it occurred? Why sit up there and still accept the meal if you all ate for free and he had to pay? So let me ask you all this question. What would you have done in this situation? Would you still would have accepted the meal knowing that one of your comrades had to pay for their meal? And as you all heard the cop state, he stated that it made him feel very bad and he wanted to go up there and say something. So, sir, why didn't you address the situation when it occurred? Why sit up there and talk amongst each other when the people you need to talk to is right there behind that register? And all this time, like I told you all in the beginning of the video, where in the hell was the store manager at? The store manager knew exactly what was going on, allegedly. Now, you got to ask yourself this also. If you all felt that bad, why didn't you all return the meal? Why didn't you all get up there and address the situation and also state that since he have to pay for his meal, we all are going to pay for our meal? That's the way to do it. You don't sit there and eat the food up and then complain later on when everything comes to light. Do that make any sense? So the way I feel about this situation, and I'm sure some of y'all feel the same way, is this right here. If one of us have to pay, guess what? We all gonna have to pay, because it's like this, all for one and one for all. I mean, if you're gonna have somebody back, have their back for real. And the reason why I say that is this reason right here, family, is because if you all really felt that bad as you all claim, you all would have addressed the situation and also returned the meal and paid for the meal, just like they made the black cop pay for his meal. That's how you do that. Let's continue.
Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager, which included 2 cards for free meals.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or that it was a racial incident, which I didn't like, because I know it wasn't perceived. It actually happened.
And now to add insult to injury, not only was Sergeant Tracy Reed racially profiled, but the store manager had the nerve to send Sergeant Tracy Reed a gift card for 2 free meals. And like I told y'all at the beginning of the video, this is not about somebody receiving a free meal, because as you all can tell, Sergeant Tracy Reed has a job, which means that he has money. He can buy the food. So it's not like Sergeant Tracy Reed needed Chick-fil-A to give him anything for free, because as you all can tell, the man can buy his own damn food. It's not about that. But at the same time, where was this store manager at when this whole incident was taking place? And also, sir, most of the time when I go in Chick-fil-A, because I still go there every now and then, the store manager is always behind the counter, especially during rush hour, which happen to be breakfast time and also lunchtime for anybody that go to Chick-fil-A on a regular. You all already know the store manager be right there beside the team leader along with the other employees, helping to expedite the food to make sure the food get out on time. But back to what the store manager has stated, that Sergeant Tracy Reed along with the other guys perceived this to be racially motivated. But at the same time, you all already know perceive is short for what? Perception. It's the way you see things. Now, like I told y'all earlier in the video, you can look outside and see a red car, but if it's a blue car, guess what? It's a damn blue car. So what the manager is trying to say, that they perceived this incident to be racially motivated.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or that it was a racial incident, which I didn't like because I know it. I mean, it wasn't perceived. It actually happened.
But you got to ask yourself this also. How in the hell can this be perception the way somebody sees something when this event actually occurred? You made him pay while the other three white guys, white cops that is, got their food for free. There is no perception. That is what actually took place. The nerve of the store manager. Let's close up before I get in trouble.
He's not the only one to perceive it. We all perceived it that way, and it's not even perception. It's what happened. It was a racial issue.
And now in closing, as you all heard the other white cops state, this was not a perception. This was not somebody perceiving something that wasn't is. Now, he stated also that this was racially motivated. So if you felt in your heart that it was racially motivated and you know it was racially motivated, why didn't you all stand up and do something? Why didn't you all give the food back like I said earlier in the video? And also, why didn't you all pay for the food since one of your other comrades had to pay for his food? All because he was black. But this goes to show you what people think about you, no matter if you're a cop or not. And it's sad that Chick-fil-A will represent something like that, even though they are trying to make it right. But guess what, though? The damage is already done. And just to send this man a gift card for 2 free meals, what kind of mess is that? And not only is that a slap in the face to give this cop a gift card for 2 free meals, but at the same time, you had the nerve to insult the man and said that he perceived that he was racially profiled. But he was racially profiled. That's the reason why he had to pay. Think about that. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I'll see y'all soon on next Trey King Show. And I'm out.